I gotta tell you something right now, so get in your seat and now take a bow. Cause we gotta go and start the flick off to the shelf to pick. Oh, we have a show to put on your screen. Trust me now, cause my work's pristine. It's time to critique a classic movie. Let's have some fun and make it groovy. It's movie criticisms of movies, yeah. I said 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 it's... No, stay away from me, stay away. Oh! Good thing this didn't turn out to be another saga. You know, there's just nothing nicer than just sitting in a relaxing green chair, drinking a cup of Sprite, and... Tinkerbell, what the heck are you doing here? What? Oh, right. You're here to tell me about why you got fired from Disney. Well, can I at least review the Batman first? Well, thanks. Hello everyone, Evan&AudreyS here, and in this Season 2 finale of Movie Criticisms, I will be reviewing The Batman. The Batman is a new dark superhero action movie. In this new take on the classic DC character, Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, has been defending Gotham City for about 2 years. Despite this job, not only does Bruce feel so tired and overwhelmed with all the crime and chaos, but most of the police don't trust him entirely, and some even dislike him. Bruce's biggest challenge yet comes when a super mysterious serial killer and social media artist called the Riddler starts attacking Gotham civilians and leaving messages and clues on them. With help from a charismatic female criminal named Selina Kyle and James Gordon, the only policeman to trust Batman, Bruce must face his inner demons in order to take down this insane internet mastermind. Now, many critics have considered this movie to be the best Batman movie we've ever gotten since Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. Now, do I agree with this? Well, for the most part, I do. But I do have issues with it. So let's start with the pros. Firstly, The Batman is a superhero movie that really knows how to utilize its medium, its visual medium. As you guys may know, the golden rule of film and television is show, don't tell. And I think most of these show don't tell things come from the Riddler's cues and their clues. Speaking of which, I found the Riddler's little visual clues and riddles to be very interesting, engaging, and just plain fun to follow along. However, despite my praise, I have one big issue with the Batman that kind of keeps it from getting 5 points. Now that con, it's runtime. It doesn't feel very tight. Many critics say that this movie feels like less than 3 hours, but I disagree. It isn't tight. I think 1 or 2 scenes could have been easily cut from the movie, and the movie would have been more engaging. As is, the content will get 4 points. Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, I found him to be kind of flat and boring. I didn't find him that interesting. While I find it incredibly unique that we see him more outside as a detective, and as much as I loved his natural and earned arc throughout the film, again, I didn't find him that interesting to me. What's worse is that he doesn't have much of a personality. Now, yes, I know that this is supposed to be a much darker and grittier Batman, and yes, I know that he's supposed to come across as overwhelmed, tired, and stressed, but those don't mean that he can't have just a little charisma. Heck, I think that even traumatized war veterans were able to bring humor and personality into their lives. Now, I'm not going to say a lot about the Riddler because that would give away huge spoilers for the movie. However, I will say that he's probably the best villain that these new modern DC movies gave us. The best, probably. He doesn't get a lot of screen time, but when he does, either online or in person, it's extremely unsettling to watch because of both his dialogue and his skin-crawling performance. The Riddler is a bad guy you can also kind of agree with, which makes him more than your average bad guy. Selina Kyle is slightly more interesting and engaging than Bruce, but she's still pretty flat. The worst thing about her, though, is her completely unconvincing romance with Bruce. I'm sorry, but I just see them more as friends than actual lovers. Plus, even though Bruce does have a heart deep down, he's not really one that actually loves. You know, like marriage kind of love. I'm gonna give 4 points to the characters. Now, if you love heavy CGI heavy action sequences like those at Endgame or Infinity War or any Marvel movie, then don't hype yourself too much for the Batman. Like I said, this is not your typical superhero blockbuster movie. The Batman rarely has those CGI heavy moments. However, the movie also does have well-made cinematography. I especially love the shot at the beginning, which I won't spoil, but I really loved it. It's my favorite. The fight scenes are actually also well filmed and edited, so the visuals will get 5 points. Now, I'm gonna say something that most people and critics are gonna probably resent me for. I don't think Robert Pattinson is that great as Batman. Oh, I'm sorry. Were y'all booing at me and hissing at me in anger? Well, I'm afraid I didn't hear you because I'm always prepared. Now, as I was saying, Pattinson is a double-edged sword for me as Batman. On the one half, Pattinson does a pretty decent impression of Batman's deep voice without going too far like Christian Bale did. But on the other half, Pattinson doesn't really get into the character of Batman or Bruce and ends up playing himself. I also find it kind of creepy that when his mask is off, his black eyes look a little, cult-like. Anyway, Paul Dano is the Riddler, and he is beyond captivating. Dano really sinks his teeth into the character and makes him both genuinely scary to watch on screen, but also kind of fun at the same time. As for Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle, she was decent. Sure, she does have a little charismatic charm, but like Robert Pattinson, Kravitz can be a little exhausting to watch. Now, he isn't really a main character in the story, but I really love Andy Serkis in the role of Alfred. Serkis really proves that he can do more than just perform great motion capture by giving a very comforting presence on screen with dignified charm. The acting gets 4 points. The musical score, which was composed by Michael Giacchino, is actually really great. It's easy to notice and manages to support the story. But, without a doubt, the most memorable part of the soundtrack is the movie's leitmotif, and it sounds like this. Yep, that's the one my classmate Cameron is always humming. The music gets 5 points. In conclusion, The Batman does bring a lot new to the table, but it does have its flaws, mainly coming from its unnecessary romance and lack of story tightness. However, I did find the movie moving and thought-provoking at times, and Paul Dano steals the movie as its standout performer. If you want a fresh take on the superhero genre, then go check out The Batman. The Batman has received a total of 22 points out of 25, earning it an A-. Wow, I'm someone with a lot of A- grades for my reviews. Anyway, have you seen The Batman? If not, do you want to or not, and why? Feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this review video, then feel free to like, subscribe, and or share. I'm Evan&AudreyS signing out. Peace! Okay, Tinkerbell, I've finished the review. Now, you can tell me your story. Oh! Ah! Tink, I asked to hear your story and leave, not taking me to your homeland.
Evan, you do know we need to be here for me to tell you, right?
You can talk now?
Yes, I can talk because we're in Pixie Hollow. Now can we please get this over with already?
Okay, just tell me your stupid backstory already.
Now, as you may already know, Evan, I was once one of Disney's 2 mascots at the company. It was a lot of fun to work there. The people at Disney used to genuinely care about not just me, but also the people who came to see their movies. But that all changed in the 2010s when Supreme Commander Mickey Mouse himself decided that it was time to expand his little empire. Soon, Disney started buying several properties like Star Wars, Marvel, and even National Geographic.
But didn't they treat those properties well then?
That's just the catch, Evan. They didn't. They failed to end the Star Wars movies with a bang. They are starting to go downhill with Marvel, and the same thing can be said with Pixar. But none of those wrongdoings were as bad as the remakes. Oh, good freaking gosh, those remakes were atrocious. Instead of taking those original stories in completely new directions, Disney either just changed the outside parts of the story or just copied and pasted. What's most insulting is that Disney clearly doesn't give a crap about not just their fans and followers, but also physical media, children, and even people of different races and ethnicities. It's atrocious.
And I expect you did something because of this?
Why, you just read my mind, Evan. I did. One day, I went to Supreme Commander Mickey's throne room, aka his office, and demanded that he stop doing these exploitive things. When he refused, I then tried to take him out by using my pixie dust to deflect his lightning back onto his face. But he was way too strong for me and blasted me out of the office window. When he thought I was dead, Mickey sent his officers out to search for me, and that's why I'm on the run. Now I know that it is my destiny to take on Supreme Commander Mickey and put an end to his regime of cash grab movies.
Tinkerbell, there is another way to...
Shut up. I don't want to hear any more of your nonsense while we are at Pixie Hollow. You got that?
Okay. I get it. Now can I please go home now? I got stuff to do.
Nope. You could just stay here.
Wait, Tinkerbell, come back. You can't just... No!